the taillights are off the car, and I have to say that I'm seeing something like this for the first time ever. If BMW and Mercedes don't surprise me, I don't know who will. Over here are the taillights, and actually they came off the car in pieces. This is the way that they are mounted. The glass is coming off separately, the inner part is coming off separately, and we have the light bulb fixture that comes off separately as well. This is the first piece that has to be removed from the car. It has this switch that holds this in place, and the weirdest thing is that you can see that over here all the bulbs are transparent, even the one on the turn signal, but over here the turn signal is with a yellow bulb, but still. So when this is removed, there are these screws that have to be undone, and then the inner part comes off. It looks like this. It has these clips over here that are not such a big deal, and once this is off, you can take the glass off the body of the car, and she looks ready for paint already. I have done so much in such a little time. The next task is going to be to remove the rear bumper, because I don't honestly know how to do this yet. I haven't disassembled the rear bumper on W124 so far, so we're gonna find out together how to do this. Let's dive in. Well guys, yesterday I made some progress and removed most of the things that were in my way in the back, and I wanted to get off the car, but I still have the back lid and the lock over here, and this over here that is used for towing stuff, but I don't have the rest of it. It is the main thing. I don't know how it is properly called, but I'm not gonna tow anything since I don't have the rest of it, and it looks rusted and stuff. So anyway, it needs to get off the car for the time being. If I find the rest of the thing, I can consider getting back on the car, but for the time being I'm gonna get it off because I don't like how it looks at the moment. Unfortunately, I hit a dead end last night when it comes to... I was trying to get this trim off. I don't know if I've mentioned that, but as I mentioned before, there is a rust spot over here. So to deal with this thing, my idea was to remove this trim around the window so I can gain access over here and deal with this when I repaint the car. For the moment, unfortunately, I didn't had any success. I was barely able to remove the screws over here on the bottom. Let me try and show you. There are some screws on each of the sides. This one broke, and this one I was able to get out by some wild miracle, because you can probably see the condition of this thing. So I had to hammer it and stuff, but I took it off the car. Unfortunately, let me just mention that there is one rubber trim over here that I took also off the car, and I will have to deal with this separately. But unfortunately, I won't be able to remove the metal trim that is surrounding the window, because I took the time and made some small research last night, and when I got in today, I took time to just look through the rubber stuff and seals around it. I was poking here and there to see if I can guess what is going on, and from what I have found, read for this matter, and what I'm seeing on the car, it appears that this trim, this is in the shape of the letter C or something. It is grabbing hold of the windscreen on the outer side, the outer part of it, and it is in a way framing the window. So this trim is so surrounding the windscreen that it is very difficult to be removed, and probably it is very dangerous to be removed. If I don't intend to remove the windscreen, it is gonna be dumb idea to remove it, because once this is removed, the rubber seal that is accompanying this trim is so tight, and it is so rough already. It is very hard, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to install this back on the car. In other words, if this is to come off the windscreen has to come off the car, of the body of the car, and to be reinstalled, because apparently, from what I can understand, this thing is installed prior to gluing the windscreen to the body of the car. There are some sort of a set. This has to be installed on the windscreen, then the windscreen is glued to the body of the car. It is so tight actually that I confirmed that this thing, it needs to come off in this direction of the windscreen, kind of to be forced in this side. But as I mentioned, the rubber seal that is underneath it is way too tight, so if I remove it, for sure I won't be able to get it back on. So this means that I will do this when I repaint the car once again, but the next time I'm gonna do this, I will take the time, I'm gonna remove the back windscreen, the front windscreen, the doors, the panels inside of the car, the panels under the car, and everything. I will completely strip the body and deal with every single rusted spot, so I will be sure that the body is gonna be completely treated and it is gonna be fully ready and prepared for whatever. But in the meantime, this is not the moment. This is way too risky, and it is gonna take me so much time to do this, so I'm taking a step back and I will try and deal with that little rusted spot that I showed you. I will try to clean it and prime it. I will keep an eye on it, and if anything is to happen, I will take measures, but for the time being, I will stop to this point when it comes to the rear windscreen. So over here I have to remove this panel, and I'm gonna be probably able to remove the back lid as well, but I don't think I'm gonna jump into that yet. I will leave it on the car for the time being, since it doesn't bother me at the moment. I have all the access that I need when it comes to the back for now, so I will leave it as it is. Probably now I'm going to focus on the front of the car, and I will remove most likely some of the parts that are in my way over here. So I truly want to leave only the parts that I'm gonna paint on the car, so I can focus on them, and once I'm done with them, I will focus my attention to the parts that I'm gonna add to the car, of course, from the stuff that I'm gonna disassemble, to pick out the best replacements or to fix the ones that I have disassembled. But in any case, I will try to get the body done and then focus on the other pieces here and there. So let's disassemble the front and probably start working on the body next.